Our top story check today takes us to the latest on the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Ukraine's president is asking the World Bank for more resources for Russia's war against his country. The plea for assistance comes as rhetoric between the U.S. and Russia heats up. President Biden said in a primetime interview that he believes Russian President Vladimir Putin miscalculated his invasion. Skylar Henry has the latest from Washington, D.C.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is urging the World Bank to help rebuild his country and win the war against Russia.
Terror has to lose. Ukraine has to win.
He's asking for billions to restore schools, hospitals, damaged transportation, and energy infrastructure in damaged housing. As he left for Colorado this morning, President Biden blasted Russia for its latest bombings of civilian infrastructure in Ukraine.
It's beyond the pale.
That statement follows the president's interview on CNN, in which he issued a pointed warning to Russian President Vladimir Putin about the use of nuclear weapons.
He, in fact, cannot continue with impunity to talk about the use of a tactical nuclear weapon as if that's a rational thing to do. The mistakes get made, and the miscalculation could occur. No one can be sure what would happen, and it could end in Armageddon.
The president said he does not believe Putin will resort to nuclear tactics, but he said it's irresponsible for Putin to talk about it. The Kremlin fired back Wednesday morning, calling the president's interview both harmful and provocative. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin in Brussels for a meeting with NATO defense ministers echoed the president's assessment.
Putin's saber-rattling is reckless. Nuclear saber-rattling is reckless and irresponsible. We don't expect to see and hear that kind of behavior from a major nuclear power.
Ukraine says since Monday, more than 100 Russian missiles have rained down on the country, following an explosion over the weekend that heavily damaged a bridge that connects Russia to Crimea. Austin promised to continue to boost Ukraine's defensive capabilities for both its most urgent needs and for the long haul.
Well, meantime, United Airlines plans to expand its transatlantic flying next summer. United's summer 2023 schedule will include 3 new destinations: Dubai, Spain, Stockholm, and Sweden. The airline said its transatlantic schedule is 10% larger compared to 2022 and 30% more than in 2019. United also says it is redoubling efforts to prevent a repeat of the chaos travelers to Europe experienced this year. Understaffing at European airports produced misery for travelers, including hours-long lines at airports from London to Amsterdam. United says it's working very closely with European airports to ensure they can handle their passengers and new flights. Well, meantime, Starbucks customers can now earn Delta Sky Miles. The coffee chain is partnering with Delta Airlines and awarding 1 mile for every $1 spent at Starbucks. As an additional perk, on days members are scheduled to fly Delta, they will earn double stars or rewards points on their Starbucks orders. The brands have 2 of the most popular loyalty programs in the U.S. Starbucks has more than 27 million members in the U.S., and Delta has about 100 million global members. Customers must first link their Starbucks rewards and Delta Sky Miles accounts on special websites to start getting miles on purchases at U.S. Starbucks locations. Starbucks' newest perk to its loyalty program comes as rival Dunkin' Donuts recently revamped its own program. Under it, members have to earn more points to redeem a free drink reward, sparking some outrage among members. And in health news, children as young as 5 years old can now receive updated COVID-19 booster shots that target the Omicron variant. The FDA's Pfizer-BioNTech's modified vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11 and Moderna's shot was cleared for kids ages 6 through 17. The FDA says that vaccinated and previously boosted children are eligible for the updated boosters as long as 2 months have passed. And this Hispanic Heritage Month, health experts are pushing diabetes prevention. Research shows Hispanics are more likely to develop type 2 diabetes than non-Hispanic whites. Deborah Alfarone shows us how healthcare providers are now helping one Hispanic community lower their risk and prevent the disease.
Inside Tyler Heights Elementary School in Annapolis, Maryland, these women are dancing to try to lower the risk of developing diabetes.
Latinos are just genetically more likely to get diabetes. You have social determinants of health, which is key. Access to healthy foods, access to being able to go out and exercise.
Community health provider Alexa Moran runs this diabetes prevention program for Luminous Health. It's funded by a 2-year grant from the state. She also educates this group about making healthier food choices. Ana Racino says she's learned it's healthier to eat whole grain rice. Moran says the idea for the program came to her while managing a pop-up vaccine clinic during the pandemic.
It created an opportunity to ask those people, what do you need, what are you looking for, and to really see all of that they were struggling with, like no meds, no access to health care, and all of these other social determinants of health that really became apparent.
For 400 years, we've been at this work, right? And disparities still exist. We have to be intentional and deliberate in acknowledging those differences and making that a part of the way that we deliver care.
Taking a step closer towards prevention while embracing their unique needs. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Annapolis, Maryland.
And with the help of an $8 billion push by the Biden administration focused on nutrition, the National Hispanic Medical Association is educating health professionals on health diet plans, and the YMCA is expanding its diabetes prevention program to dozens of new communities all across the U.S. mainland.